What's up, my good peoples? My name is James Anderson. Welcome to Be Transformed. I've recently been watching the seminar John Maxwell did on his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And one of the laws in this book was on momentum. And it was real interesting because he was talking about the benefits that are in having momentum versus the disadvantages and the struggles there are in not having momentum. So essentially, he was talking about with momentum, obstacles are easier to overcome, right? Small hiccups don't really slow your pace down, right? You're not as easily distracted. Whereas on the other hand, when you don't have momentum, it's quite challenging to get through obstacles, and small things hinder your progress like crazy. So momentum is the strength and force that's generated through movement, right? So consistent movement over time creates strength, right? It builds stamina. It creates focus and concentration. That your progress, it creates, confidence. And small things don't really bother you, right? Like a negative comment doesn't really bother you that much when you're moving and making progress because you're so used to discipline and taking action that one small thing doesn't set you off course. One thought of doubt just kind of, goes in one ear, out the other ear. Obstacles are easier to overcome just because you're moving, right? So if a train is at full speed and it's screaming down the tracks, it could run through, this was his example, it's like it could run through a 5-foot thick wall of concrete, with no problem. Just because there's so much momentum with that train. But on the flip side, if that train is at a dead stop on the tracks and you put a 1-inch block in front of the front wheels, it says that thing will not be able to move. With momentum, that little tiny obstacle, it's no problem. Without momentum, holy cow, one small little obstacle prevents the train from moving, right? One little thought of doubt when you don't got much progress, you don't got much stamina, you don't got much, confidence. Your mind is freaking cloudy. It's hard to organize your ideas. One small little thought of negativity, boom, sends you down a negative downward spiral and the day's gone, right? It's hard to get rolling without momentum because it's just so easy to be put off and get off track. And so, he was talking about this, but he didn't really get into creating momentum. And I was just kind of thinking, like, what does it actually take to create momentum? Because what he's saying is 100% true, right? When you're trying to get moving, it's so easy to be knocked off course. One little obstacle, so small, keeps the wheels from rolling. And I was just thinking about the thing that causes you to get rolling is you got to show up. You have to show up. You have to get committed to showing up. Because all these distractions, thoughts of doubt, insecurity, negative speculation, somebody else's negative comment or reaction towards you or what you want to do or whatever. You have to commit to showing up. You don't want to let these things take you off course. You don't want to follow them off the path. You want to keep your eyes fixed on the thing in front of you. I was thinking about this talk that Chris Valentin did, and he was talking about the verse where it's like, the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And he's just talking about, sometimes it is just a light unto your feet, and sometimes it's a light unto the path. What's the difference? Well, I used to go with some friends backpacking. We'd camp up in the woods, and you had to carry all your stuff on your back, and we'd be out there for a couple days. But we wouldn't leave town until like 8 o'clock at night. And so we'd get to the trailhead at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And, it's fun walking out there in pitch black. But what happens is that, you got your headlamp on, and in the pitch black, especially because there's a bunch of moisture in the forest, and it's like it creates a fog at night. You can't see very far in front of you. And if you focus on what you can't see, man, you're going to get led astray. So what you have to do is you got your headlamp, you got some fog, you can't see around the corner, but you can see right in front of you. You can see the step you need to take. And that is what you have to do to get rolling. And once you get rolling, the day starts to dawn, right? The light begins to break, and you can start seeing further down the road. Your mind gets a little clear. The fog begins to lift. But the road to the light is doing the thing that's right in front of you, showing up. Just move the needle just a little bit. Just get it a little bit further than it was when you started. Then tomorrow, show up. And get that needle to freaking move. Impose your will on the day and get that needle to move. And if you'll do the thing right in front of you, it'll lead you to the next thing. One step will take you to the next step, which will take you to the next step. But the key is you have got to show up. And every day you'll make some progress. And over time, you'll create strength, stamina. Your mind will get clear. Your ideas will get more organized. You'll be picking up the pace. Progress will become easier, and you'll be further and further down the road, picking up momentum. My good peoples, as long as it's called today, show up. Until next time, peace!